Gohan finally surpasses all the Hakaishins by demonstrating his new transformation with Divine Ki. Come with me and I'll show you all this now. Gohan Beast was the awakening of Gohan's ultimate potential, but this power, as impressive as it is, has not yet reached its true peak, despite having impressed even Beerus and surpassed some gods of destruction. The battle against Cell Max itself demonstrated that Gohan has not yet fully mastered his transformation. His explosion of power was overwhelming, and the red glow in his eyes symbolized a pure and ferocious instinct, something unheard of even for the most powerful warriors in the universe. But this power, as brutal as it may seem, is not yet his final state. Gohan Beast, in essence, is the reflection of the maximum he can achieve with only his own Saiyan bloodline and his innate potential. However, there is one crucial element that is still missing for this transformation to reach true perfection: the fusion between his latent strength and the Divine Ki of the old Kai. Throughout history, Divine Ki has manifested itself in many forms. The gods of destruction have their own version, characterized by a destructive and aggressive energy, while the angels carry a level of absolute balance, reflecting the serenity of their abilities. But the Kaioshians, the gods of creation, possess a type of divine ki that is drastically different from all others. It not only grants divine powers, but also serves as a channel for a level of energy that expands and stabilizes the limits of one's body and mind. If Gohan were to incorporate this ki into his beast form, the result would be something no other warrior has ever witnessed. Gohan himself already has an indirect connection to the Kaioshians, as he was trained by Shin and received the mystical power of the old Kai. This means that his body has already demonstrated compatibility with this type of energy, even if it has not yet accessed its purest form. The beast transformation is the pinnacle of his natural power, but if it were to be imbued with the Kaioshin's divine ki, it would stabilize into an even more powerful and refined state, eliminating any trace of instability and increasing his strength exponentially. With this divine energy flowing through him, Gohan would not only surpass any level of power he had ever seen, but would also surpass the very limits of mortal reality. This new stage of Gohan's would represent the perfect balance between brutality and divinity. While his current beast form makes him appear as an absolute predator, uncontrolled and merciless, the addition of the Kaioshin's ki would bring a level of awareness and control that would elevate his power beyond any conventional notion. Unlike Super Saiyan Blue, which combines the divine energy of the gods with the strength of the Saiyans, this transformation would not be a fusion, but rather an ascension. It would not be just a warrior with divine ki, but a being who transcended his mortal nature without the need for external transformations or borrowing of power. Furthermore, this evolution would bring a new characteristic to the very concept of divine energy. Until now, warriors who have achieved some type of divine ki have always depended on strict training and specific processes, such as Goku and Vegeta with Whis and Beerus. Gohan, on the other hand, could be the first to reach this level through his own essence. The awakening of his beast form has proven that his body holds a unique potential that not even ordinary Saiyans can access, and if the next step in his evolution is to unlock the Kaioshin ki, it would completely change the way divine ki is understood. The impact of this would be unimaginable. If Gohan were to truly absorb and master the Kaioshin divine ki, he would become something completely different from any being that has ever existed in the universe. Not even the Kaioshins themselves would have the same level of power, as they do not have bodies trained for combat like the Saiyans. This fusion of raw power and creative energy would transform Gohan into a unique entity capable of overcoming any known form of divinity or mortality. He would not need Goku's Ultra Instinct or Vegeta's Ultra Ego, as his own divine energy would be superior to these techniques, since it would not depend on a specific concept, but rather on an absolute elevation of his being. And there's something even more intriguing about this evolution. The power of the Kaioshians is directly connected to the cosmic balance. When Majin Buu killed the Kaioshians in the past, it impacted even the gods of destruction, as their lives are intertwined. If Gohan were to become a warrior with the pure energy of the Kaioshians, it could mean that he would be, in a way, connected to the divine order of the universe. This would make him not just a fighter, but an essential pillar of existence itself. What would happen if he were killed? How would that affect the balance between gods and mortals? If a warrior with that level of power were to emerge, would the gods of destruction themselves see this as a threat to the hierarchy that has existed for millennia? The truth is that Gohan has always been a special case. Since he was a child, he has shown unparalleled potential, and his growth has always occurred in ways that no one anticipated. His beast form has already proven that he can reach levels of power without having to follow the conventional Saiyan paths, such as Super Saiyan Blue or Ultra Instinct. And now, the next natural step for him would not only be to refine this power, but to transcend it completely by absorbing the divine ki of the creators of the universe. If this truly happens, Gohan will become something far beyond a simple Saiyan warrior. He will not be a god of destruction, nor an angel, nor a common Kaioshin. He will be the first being to merge the absolute power of creation with the uncontrollable force of battle, something that has never been conceived before. His potential will no longer have limits, and his presence will alter the course of the history of the universe forever. The question remains, how will this transformation be triggered? The Kaioshin's divine ki cannot simply be taught like any other technique. It is a power that must be granted, absorbed, or awakened in a unique way. Perhaps the Kaioshin's themselves will recognize that Gohan is the only being capable of carrying this energy in its purest form, and so they will choose to grant it to him. Or perhaps he himself will discover a way to access it on his own through the continued evolution of his beast form. Either way, when that moment comes, the universe will experience a new level of power, and Gohan will finally become the supreme entity he was destined to be. And at that moment, even the gods of the universe will have to ask themselves, are they still the supreme beings, or has the true pinnacle of existence just been reached by a mortal? With the divine ki of the Kaioshin's flowing within his body, Gohan would not only surpass the limits of his beast form, but would also access a new repertoire of divine abilities. Unlike Ultra Instinct or Ultra Ego, which are extreme specializations focused on combat, the power of the Kaioshin's manifests itself in a more comprehensive way, influencing not only battle strength, but also the manipulation of existence itself. This new Gohan, now with the energy of the gods of creation, could use abilities never before seen in a Saiyan warrior, becoming a truly incomparable being. One of the first abilities he could develop would be the teleportation technique, something Goku learned from the Yadrat, but which the Kaioshin's themselves also possess to a higher level. While Goku needs to concentrate on a key signature to move instantly, the Kaioshin's can teleport freely throughout the universe without the need for a reference point. This would allow Gohan to travel between planets, dimensions, and even access realms like the world of the gods or the realm of the void without the need for portals or conventional means. If combined with his speed and reflexes enhanced by the beast form, Gohan would become practically untouchable, being able to appear and disappear from any battle at will. But that's just the beginning. The true difference in the Kaioshin's divine ki is its connection to creation and restoration. With this power, Gohan could learn healing techniques, something that would completely separate him from any other warrior in the universe. He wouldn't have to rely on Senzu beans or allies like Dende to restore his strength or that of his companions. With a simple touch, he could regenerate mortal wounds, heal destroyed limbs, and even reverse fatal damage before a being died. This would make him not only a destructive fighter, but also a guardian of life, someone capable of protecting those he loves in a way that not even the most powerful Saiyans could. Even more impressive would be his ability to utilize divine creation, a gift exclusive to the Kaioshin's. These gods not only restore destroyed worlds, but can also create matter and life forms from nothing. If Gohan were to master this ability, he could raise planets, rebuild lost civilizations, and even restore beings that had been erased from existence. Unlike the gods of destruction, who are feared for their ability to annihilate anything with a single move, Gohan would become the embodiment of balance, possessing both the overwhelming power of destruction and the infinite ability to create and restore. Furthermore, control over this energy would allow him to develop absolute resistance against any destructive technique. The Kaioshin's divine ki not only strengthens the body, but connects it to a higher level of existence. This means that Gohan could nullify attacks that would otherwise be lethal, such as the Hakai of the gods of destruction, as his essence would be linked to the very creation of the universe. He would not simply be immune to the erasure, but could even reverse it, restoring that which was obliterated by the destructive energy. Another crucial point would be his relationship with time and space. The Kaioshin's have a vision beyond the linearity of time, being able to observe future and past events with clarity. If Gohan were to completely absorb this power, he would be able to predict attacks before they were even launched, becoming an impossible fighter to be surprised. At a more advanced level, he could even manipulate the flow of time on a small scale, slowing down his enemies or accelerating his own movements to levels that no other form of combat could match. And what about his ability to influence the very essence of ki? The Kaioshin's divine ki not only amplifies raw strength, but also allows its user to transcend the limits of mortal energy. This means that Gohan would not only have a drastic increase in attack and defense power, but could shape his energy in unprecedented ways. He could materialize blades of pure creation, forge impenetrable barriers, and even grant fractions of his power to other warriors, temporarily elevating allies to the level of gods. The connection to divine ki would also bring absolute control over the very nature of matter. If Gohan were to master this ability, he could disarm enemies without needing to harm them, simply by dismantling their weapons and armor at the molecular level. He could turn enemy attacks into dust before they hit him, and even alter the composition of a battlefield to create strategic advantages. If an opponent attempted to flee, Gohan could seal off the space around them, preventing any form of escape. And then there is the matter of his longevity. The power of the Kaioshin's grants an extremely long life, bordering on immortality. If Gohan were to become a full wielder of this energy, he could extend his existence for eons, becoming an entity that would witness the evolution of the universe for millennia. This would make him a figure of absolute influence, someone who would remain present to protect and guide entire generations of warriors, shaping the destiny of creation itself. If this transformation truly happens, the rules that govern the universe may be rewritten, and the divine order itself would need to adapt to a new balance. Perhaps the gods of destruction themselves will recognize that for the first time in ages, they are no longer the most powerful beings in existence. When that moment comes, Gohan will no longer be just a legendary warrior. He will be the ultimate embodiment of absolute power, a being who transcends all that came before him. And as he looks out over the universe before him, he will know more than ever that his true purpose is not just to fight, but to create a new destiny for all that exists. But comment on what you thought of all this, and don't forget to like. Thank you very much for all your support, and see you next time.